All right, you guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Until I'm Famous podcast. I'm glad to be back. I know it's kind of been like a little break. Well, never really been a break. I just had to go and handle some personal things. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. It's like so much shit has happened, and I'm just ready to get into it. I mean, first things first, we can talk about is killing of unarmed black men. You know, it's crazy how that shit is just still happening. I find this like so shocking about the whole situation of like killing the unarmed black man is like when people who are recording like they don't do anything. They just record. And I'm like, yo, so how I can't imagine myself just sitting there record I cannot imagine myself just sitting there recording somebody getting, you know, brutalized and just not doing anything. Especially like for no reason. Like especially if I saw the whole situation, dude wasn't doing anything, dude was just cooperating and he was just still getting beat up. I can't just sit there and just watch it. Like nah, that's not me. And it's crazy because it's like it's starting to become normal to just see these things, and that should never ever be normal, never. And like we're just noticing like okay, up another black man just got killed, up another unarmed black man that just got killed. I think the worst one like so it's like a lot of worse ones. All right, it's just I think it just keep getting worse because I mean, of course they're not getting better, but they just keep getting like worse. Because you got the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, and that was just tragic. He was just jogging, and he wasn't killed by like a cop or anything. He was just killed by two white people. Uh, and like it's crazy. I thought about this. I'm like, yo, so the person who was recording, they was just driving and just recording, and they caught that, and I think he had something to do with it. But I think it came out, but they're not gonna get him because he recorded it and he sent it out, I guess. But I think like the Ahmaud Arbery, he was just jogging, minding his own business, and then if you look at the video, he tried to run around the car, and like he saw him had a gun, and he tried to wrestle the gun out, and bang, they shot him, and they shot him I think like 2 times, and then he tried to run off and he just passed out, and I was like, oh jeez, I can't stand to watch shit like that because it really fucks with my head. Like it really fucks with me to the point where I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't even wanna go outside. Shout out to NBA Young Boy. And I really do. I don't like watching shit like that. But the one that just came out like yesterday ish with George Pierce. My fault. George Floyd. My fault. I can't remember I fucked up that name. It just happened. But like with George Floyd, the cop had his knee on his neck, and he was like, he said this shit multiple times, like I can't breathe, my stomach hurt, like like oh my god, and it's just you watching this shit like yo, what the fuck, and like they just but it made me so mad is like the people just recording them. Oh, that's fucked up, man. Oh, you shouldn't do that. How about you go push that man off? You had that one little cop, you can get through him. You can get through him. And I know it's multiple people. Y'all can get through him. Like y'all can't just sit there and allow that to happen. Like a lot of them, like I just can't imagine myself to sit there and just watch that. And I'm tired of seeing it. First off, I'm tired of seeing it, and I'm tired of watching people watch it. I think that's just even worse. Watching people watch it is just you kind of feel guilty in a way when you just sitting there watching somebody. Like if I watch somebody do that shit, I feel guilty that I did it. I feel like I did it. You can't tell me I don't feel like I did it. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't start to stop him. I recorded it, okay, but what did that really do? He still died. I still watched it. Why didn't you step in? Why don't more people step in? Why don't? How can we just sit there and just watch that? I mean, of course, I know the risk of of getting shot, but I don't. I just think uh, that's just weird because you don't want to just when you see a cop beating up on a black man, just step in like nah. You step in and you get shot. I mean, no one wants to deal with that, but I don't want to sit there and just watch. You gotta I ask myself that question. Like, I don't know. I don't want to sit there and watch, and I don't want to get shot. I just hope, I just hope my anger can make me do the right thing, because that would push me over the edge. and I'm a pretty calm person, but shit like that makes me mad, and I hate seeing that. And it's shocking to see every single time, and then like it's shocking that how normal it's gotten. Like it's so many cases that you can't even fucking mention. So many cases of fucking cops or fucking unarmed black people getting treated like shit, and that goes from back in the day. You know, we forgot the cops used to fucking spray us down with hoses and fucking sick dogs on us. Cops, what the fuck? Whatever, whatever. You know, I don't understand that shit. Like it's shocking to see that we're still going through this today. You know, no one likes seeing that shit, and we have to just sit there and just deal with it. But, you know, I don't understand. You know, another case that fucked me up too was fucking the you remember that lady who fucking came to that dude's house, and he was just, you know, eating ice cream on his couch or some shit like that, and it was the wrong house, and she shot him. She ended up getting 10 years. But like everybody was like all sympathetic for her, like they felt bad for her, like, you know, like, well, not black people, because, you know, we don't care about that, but like the people that was like in the courtroom, they was like they all felt bad for her. Like, nah, what do we feel bad for her for? Like, you came into somebody's house and shot him because you were scared. I don't understand. Like, they think because they, you know, I don't understand why are we so scary? Like, why is black people so scary? I don't understand that. I know why we can be so scary. Because all the shit y'all have done to us, you think, like, we can, like, once we realize that all the shit we've done, and we should be fucking terrorists. Like, black people should be terrorists, but we're not. We're not belonging to the fucking World Trade Center. We should be. Well, I'm not saying we should be. Well, you know, I think as much shit that has been done to us, if we do as much shit as has been done to us and we do it to them, they should be scared. But we're amazing. Like, we don't do none of that shit. We're very kind. Like, we're not even out there like killing whites like that. Now we're not even out there doing that. Which it could like if that was the case, you have a reason to be scared. We may rob a couple of them, but we're not killing them. But they're killing us. They're killing us, and I'm tired of seeing that shit. Honestly, I'm really tired of seeing that shit. I think that's just it's aggravating to a certain point where I just can't take that shit anymore. Like, I'm so fucking tired of seeing it, and it's frustrating, and that shit can really fuck up my day. It can really fuck up my day. But you know, the beauty of fucking the Minneapolis situation is that people like rioting, like they going off on them cops, and I think that's just necessary. I think they need that. Like, I think they need to find, like, I think they need to just figure that, like, they just need to go off on all, like, just, I don't know how to fix it. You know, I'm glad I'm not fucking rich and famous and don't have a bunch of money, because you know how much that shit would suck if I'm rich and famous and I have a bunch of money and I still can't do shit. Like, now I just know I can't do shit, but like, if I had a bunch of money and I was like fucking rich and I had a fucking voice and I had an opinion and I still can't do shit, the only thing I can do is just talk about it and nothing would change, that would suck. It would hurt. I would try to find any by any means necessary to make it change, you know. But it's tough to see. It really is tough to see, and I'm glad that they're writing. I'm glad that they're fucking trying to take down them fucking cops, because, like, I mean, of course, all those cops got fired, okay, but did they get put in jail? All of them? Nah, they just got fired. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't. You know, I was in a small town for the last 2 weeks. And I asked her, you know, a question. I'm like, yo, so, you know, this is a small town. Everybody pretty much knows everybody, right? Everybody has some kind of connection with everybody. Are cops still treating, you know, everybody like shit? And they was like, yeah, that shit didn't change. And I'm like, yo, what is it? Like, how? They said a cop killed a person, what, like 2 months ago in that city? And I was like, that's fucking, it's a small town. It shouldn't be like that. In Houston, I can understand, because Houston's like the 4th or 5th largest city. I can understand why it's like fucking violence, because people don't know everybody. You got cops from all different areas, you know, people who are from the suburbs, and they got to go to the hood and police and patrol that shit. and they're terrified because they're not used to this environment. What our normal is isn't their normal, and they're just terrified. And I can see why it's more killing. They don't make it right, but when you're from a small town and y'all know everybody, cops shouldn't be doing that. But then it's just I don't know. It's just maybe that fucking power. You know, they dick get hard when they feel that shit. Like when you got the power to control shit, you feel good. It just feels good. And you know, can't nobody tell me shit. I'm the man. You know, but all that shit is just fucking frustrating, and I hate seeing it, and it really makes me mad. And then like talking about it, right, makes me even madder because I'm just talking about it. I feel like I'm just ranting. Well, I am ranting. Because what are you going to do? It's a one-man podcast. I can't just sit there and just read a book to you. You know, I gotta be something. I gotta talk about something. I gotta figure out a way to talk about something. But, like, talking about it makes me mad. And dealing with this shit is just, you know, even worse. Because I was about to go for a walk the other day. And I was about to actually, like, really about to go for a walk. Then I just thought about, you know, Ahmaud Arbery just minding his own business. Just jogging because he was in shape. And just getting shot. And I said, you know what, I'm going to just stay in the house. And I shouldn't have to be like that. Not in my city. Nah, I shouldn't have to be like that. But I live in the South. You don't know what the fuck they expect from these motherfuckers. And the thing about racism that we don't never know is I would never, like, no one ever comes out and says, I hate black people. Like, I'm not talking about, like, the people you see on TV. I'm talking about to me personally. No one ever comes out, I'm black. No one ever comes to me and says, I hate black people. I have to always assume. And that's the shit that no one ever talks about. You always have to assume it's racism. And because, you know, you can never have proof. Unless you've seen this motherfucker at a convention, then you can say, all right, yeah. But no, we can't go to, we can't go, we'll never be able to see it. We'll have to have somebody catch it. And if somebody catch somebody at a convention, like, how did you get in there? Whatever, you know. But it's like, that's the thing about racism. You don't know what's going on in these motherfuckers' minds. They probably just think like, you probably think like, hey yo, it's all cool, but you don't want to be right. It's fucked up because when you have like white friends, you kind of assume, like, you just hope, like, I hope he's not racist. I hope he's not racist, but you never know. And that's you never know. And it's fucked up to think like that. Just think like, you know what? He may be racist. I don't really know. It's terrible. Racism is like fucking it's just, they act, and it's funny how you act like it don't exist. I used to work with some white people, and they used to sit there and just like try to convince me that racism don't exist. It's not as bad as they say it is. What are you talking about? I had to tell somebody, I said, look, man, you really think cops killing black people ain't as big as you think it is? I said, let me show you a video. I showed him the video of Eric Garner getting choked out by all these cops. And he was like, well, what did he do? What did he have to do? The motherfucker says he can't breathe. And he choked this man out. He said, and it's not like it was muffled. He said this shit clear. But, you know, they won't understand. And they never will. And it's fucked up to see. And it's terrible to just hear shit like that, deal with shit like that, and it just makes you, it frustrates you on a whole nother level. Like, it makes you not want to, do what you want to do. It makes you like wonder, like, why am I still standing here if they keep doing this shit and ain't nothing changing? Like, think about this for a second. Right? Malcolm X, Martin Luther King tried to change this shit. And those are two phenomenal men. And they changed it to a degree, but then that's it. Where's the next Malcolm X? Where's the next Martin Luther King? Why is it only one? Why is it only one of those? And I know they're two special people, but we ain't got like no Malcolm X Jr. or Martin Luther King Jr. We ain't got none of those. We just only got one. We ain't got nobody trying to follow the footsteps of being of Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. Nobody. Everybody wants to be their own little guy. We gotta what is the best way to change? And that's like, how can we change this? And You know what they say on the Boondocks. You know the only way to fix Jim Crows is to get the fuck out the South. Maybe we gotta get the fuck out of America. Maybe, maybe. I wouldn't mind. I'll go back to Africa. I just, I just need a little bit of money before I just, go back. I can't go back broke. I don't think that really solves anything. I think I just kind of fit that problem. I want to go back with a little bit of change, just a little bit, not too much, just something I can say. You know what? All right, I'm good, and I can just do what I want to do. I won't mind it. I think that's needed now, cause the way things are going on now is just fucking crazy and shocking, and I hate seeing it. It hurts my heart every single time I see it, and I just can't. Honestly, it's the worst shit ever. It's the worst shit ever. Like, and it's like it happens so much. It's normal, and shit like that should never be normal. Shit like that should never be normal. All right, so that was my like little fucking rant on it, and believe me, you think this is gonna be my last time? I bet you it won't, because it happens so much, and I just find it just shocking that it keeps happening, and we're just sitting there, just okay, another one bites the dust, and I don't think that it should be like that, and it hurts to see, and why I gotta be black people. If that was a white man, it would be different. But, what are you gonna do? Just keep fighting. I just try to make sure I just keep fighting. I'm glad I don't have kids so they can just. I'm glad I don't have kids, because I would be so afraid to raise my kids in this time. I know I can teach them right? But what are you gonna do when they just doing you like that? What can you do when they doing you like that? When they treating you like that? What can you do? You comply. They say you're resisting. They got video evidence of you complying, but you're still resisting. What do you do? Because here's the thing. A dead man can't tell a lie. They kill you. You have no defense. You just got people watching. But you think they can't get to them people that's watching? Whatever. Whatever. I feel like if I keep talking about this shit, I'm gonna get cut. Somebody gonna catch me. And well, so yeah, that's my rant. I gotta stop talking about it before my head explode, because that shit makes me mad. I know they're kind of starting to open up the comedy clubs and all things like that, and I don't know. I'm starting to see like the UFC events and shit like that, and I'm just like, I don't know how bad Corona is. I have no clue how bad Corona is. I hear it, never really experienced it. I don't really know that many people, but I know it's fucked up, right? I just know it's fucked up, and no one. Let's be honest, I've never got tested, but I just know I don't got it. I probably got it, but I don't know. But I don't know how bad Corona is for me to just step out. Well, that was annoying as fuck. I don't know how bad a Corona is. I actually hate that sound. I don't know how bad Corona is to me to fucking actually just step out and be like, all right, I'm going back into comedy clubs like it's normal. I think that's just fucking eerie, because I feel like, what if I go back there and like fucking somebody get it, or like what? Because I think it's like still a whole nother wave coming, and when this second wave come, we're gonna really see how tough these niggas is, because this shit is fucking crazy. Like this coronavirus shit, it's like these motherfucking stats that keep coming out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, where the fuck are these motherfuckers coming from? Like, it's like all these people are dying, and I don't know one of them, other than the famous people that died. But these stats for coronavirus is not nothing to fuck around with. And you think I'm finna just go back into the comedy club acting like it's normal? I can't do that shit. What the nah. I'm gonna just wait it out. I might give it like 2 weeks before I really go back, because I already waited 2 months. What's 2 weeks? I just gotta stay tight. It's hard to stay tight with no crowd, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna fucking drown. I mean, I'm gonna figure it out. It's not that bad, I miss it, of course. It's like it's my first love, but I can wait 2 extra weeks just in case, because the thing about that, no matter how bad I want it, I don't know what the fuck is next, and I just want to be ready to figure out what's next. Because you can't tell me life is going to go back to normal after this coronavirus shit. You cannot tell me that. Like, it's going to be some kind of fucking implement of this shit. Like, they might have to have a mandate where you got to have a mask in your pocket fucking for, a year after this. You never know what the fuck's going to happen. The way how things are going, I don't know. This coronavirus flipped the whole world upside down, and we have to figure that shit out. And we're going to. And, like, it's just... It's tough for everybody because they're trying to continue life. And it's hard to continue life. We don't know what the fuck's next. But you just got to keep going. Hopefully you figure this shit out. Hopefully. But, we're human. Humans are the best at adapting. We adapt to shit. No matter what, right? We adapt to shit. And we adapt to. That's all we do is just adapt. We keep getting better. That's what science says, all right? Or, God, whatever you want to believe in. I don't really know. It's kind of like a up and down scale for me because, like, I want to believe in God, but then I'm like, yo, too much bad shit happens so for somebody to say, as too much bad shit happens for somebody to come in and say, like, that's God's plan. God did that to make you stronger. No, he didn't. Why would he do that? Why would he let me see that shit? I don't need to see that, God. Like, I'm good. Like, why would you let me do that shit, God? I always used to think, right? Because I know I used to like read the Bible stories, right? And there was a story of Job where God had took everything away from Job, right? And because he always told the devil, which I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong or not, but he told the devil that Job is one of my loyalest fucking supporters, right? He loves me to the fucking core, and he won't ever lose faith in me. And the devil says, I don't believe you. I think he will. When you take everything from him, he will. And fucking God said, okay. And he took everything from Job. Like, his wife, all that. He gave him leprosy, killed all his crops, killed all his fucking cattle, all that shit. And he was on the brink of death, but he still never lost faith. And then after, so when the devil says, okay, you got it, you won, the God gave it back to him twofold. That's a little bit unnecessary. Like, why I got to go through all that shit just because, you want to prove a point? Like, that's what makes me think, like, God ain't that. God is not making decisions like that. He's not thinking, like, you know what? I got you. You want this? I got it. Nah, it's hard for me to believe that. And, but religion is weird. That's why I just try to, like, just try to just be on the right path to stay positive and just, treat myself like how I'm supposed to be treated, hold myself up to different standards, not have to, I don't want to live my life by a book. I think that's the word. I think when you live your life by a book, you really don't know how to be yourself because you just reading the book and tell you what to do next, how to think. Nah, I know deep down in your heart, what's right and what's wrong. And that goes for anybody. Deep down in anybody's heart, they know what's right from wrong. And they don't, they're crazy. But you know what's right from wrong. And to just see that shit, it's like, okay. And that's why I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't really, go to church or deal with shit like that because these motherfuckers, most of the motherfuckers crooked anyway. Like, it's so funny, like, when what that Joel Osteen guy, I'm from Houston. I don't fuck with him. But everybody fucks with him. But he had what I think it was Harvey and shit like that. People tried to everybody asked, can he open up his church? And he was like, nah, I don't. Like, how can you say that? You supposed to be a man of God, right? Yeah, but who am I to judge? Whatever. But when I see shit like that, I look at them differently. Like, it's hard for me to support that. I don't give a fuck what your reason is behind it. Like, that's still not right. Like, when Katrina went down, the New Orleans Saints wasn't like, nah, you can't use the Superdome. Like, that's they was like, nah, you can use the Superdome. Use it. And they went to the Superdome. I don't. Whatever. Joel Osteen. I know I'm a little late, but I just notice shit like that. I find it very shocking that, like, how do y'all fucking still support this motherfucker? Like, how? Like, how can you support somebody who would do that? Like, whatever. Maybe I don't know the story. Maybe I don't need to know the story. But I find that, like, what is wrong with y'all? He still has packed out crowds. Kanye West is a big supporter, which Kanye West is a fucking letdown. Like, seeing Kanye, what a letdown. I wonder what Kanye West has to say about these cop killings. Whatever. You know what? I know what he's gonna say. I know what Kanye West is gonna say, because I know Kanye. Kanye's gonna say something just to fucking. He's gonna say something very, very controversial, and then drop an album, and then it's gonna be like, the album's not bad, but whatever. Whatever. Fuck Kanye. Fuck Kanye. I mean that. He's another letdown. I can't believe College Dropout was a great album, and then whatever. It's the goddamn Kardashians. That's what they did to him. Fucking whatever. All right, I got a little mad thinking about how Kanye West is just turned into. I know we've all heard that saying, behind every great man is a great woman. But I think with Kanye West, it's just, behind every fucked up empire is a terrible woman. Every single time an empire falls, it's because of women. Well, women really do. Like, a bad woman can really mess up a lot of shit. And it can really mess up a lot of shit. Like, women, she fucked up Kanye. Kanye West used to be the man that say shit that you just be like, you're right. I wasn't thinking. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it. Kanye West used to be that guy to say that shit, but now he's just. Slavery was a choice. It's impossible to say, but why would he say it? But you know what? Women do fucking tear down empires and shit like. Well, not women, bad women tear down empires and things like that. I don't think people are gonna agree with me with that. But let's look it up. It's been documented. It's been documented that, like, women tear down shit. Let's be honest. A woman broke up the New Boys. Tinashe, she's a artist who was dating Legacy or whatever his name is, one of the light skinned guy from the New Boys. She fucked that one up. Women fuck up everything. Well, bad women can fuck up everything. Like, if your friend starts dating this girl and you don't think she's a good girl for him, and you go, hey, yo, I don't think she's good for you, he'll stop talking to you. Because he'll tell her, and she'll look like, I don't like him. And you've seen it before. You've seen when a woman change a man. Like, I don't understand. Like, you see that. It's whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna bash women. I'm actually gonna end this episode. I think this is a pretty good episode because I don't want to go off on a little tangent, and I think I'm pretty mad right now. So I'm just gonna end this episode. Thank you guys for listening, and I will be back to you guys next week. I might actually give you guys another one because I'm missing out for like 2 weeks. So stay tuned. We'll see how this goes, and thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for the support. Bang.